Check it out.
What is this? Knapsack. Take a nap anytime, anywhere. I love the picture on the box. They got 3 people napping on a ski lift.
Welcome to the Archispeak podcast. I'm Evan Troxel. Each episode, Neil Pan, Cormac Phelan, and I have a casual conversation about all things architecture, and we invite you to listen in as we talk about everything in the profession, both the good and the bad. Maybe you're considering a career in architecture, you're still in school, or you've been around the blocks of Corbusier's City of Tomorrow more times than you'd like to admit. Join us in the studio as we stand around the water cooler and talk about why we love our chosen profession. It's time for some Archispeak.
Welcome to episode 77 of the Archispeak podcast. I'm Neil Pan.
I'm Evan Troxel.
And I'm Cormac Phelan.
And this episode of Archispeak is sponsored again by ArcCat. Visit them at arcat.com, and we'll talk a little bit more about them later in the show. But first off, I think we have a friend of the show to announce.
We have a brand new friend of the show, and that new friend is Tom Dobbins, who is a second-year architecture student at the University of Nottingham in the UK. And Tom is doing something pretty cool. He is in class that's going to head down to South Africa around Easter 2016. And they're trying to raise some money to cover the cost of materials. They're actually going to build a project that they're designing. And so if you head on over, and we'll have this link in the show notes, if you're interested in learning more, you can go to justgiving.com. That's all one word, justgiving.com/TomDobbins6. And like I said, we'll have that link in the show notes. And if you're interested in helping Tom get to South Africa and get the materials that they need to actually build their project, they're actually replacing a building down there that they're working on right now. So if you want to learn more, head to that website. And Tom, we thank you for becoming a friend of the show. We really appreciate you donating to us, and we hope that our listeners can help send you down there. That would be awesome if the Archispeak community could get behind Tom's school here. So thanks, Tom. And if you want to become a friend of the show and get your name read on the podcast, you can do so at archispeakpodcast.com/donate. And every donation there over $5 gets your name read on the show. It really helps us create the podcast and get it out there and continue to do it. So head on over there and become a friend of the show. We would love to hear from you.
So Cormac, what's our big announcement this week?
Everybody's been asking, and even me, because I couldn't find mine. Everybody has been asking us for shirts and to re-release our shirts. And we have, with Evan's new and improved, updated for 2015 or end of 2015.
/16, yeah.
/16, new and improved Archispeak logo. We now have our shirts. And you can find those at archispeakpodcast.com/shirt. And they come in the wide range of colors, black, and medium black, dark black, light black.
Depends how many times you wash it.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And then there's
hardcore fans don't wash it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's black and black. It's for, so we've got them all, every color that you could think of.
Full range.
Full range. But
awesome.
Again, that's at archispeakpodcast.com/shirt. And the way that this is we went through Teespring, and you're going to see that it has a campaign, and that's going to be asking you to buy prior to or up to December 15th, and that is so that you can get your shirt before Christmas. But don't fear, if you can't buy it before the 15th, you can continue to buy it. You just won't receive it prior to Christmas. So Santa won't come visit you because you don't have your shirt.
And you really won't look as good at Christmas.
True.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
And we want to see those pictures of people sporting their Archispeak podcast T-shirts during Christmas. So everybody, just a quick reminder, archispeakpodcast.com/donate. shirt, and go get your shirt. We have them available now.
And since this is the annual gift-giving episode, Gifts for Architects, I think this is the most appropriate gift that anybody could possibly give.
And to be quite honest with you,
for yourself even.
The shirts, the proceeds and profits from the shirts do help keep the show running and, keep Neil with a roof over his head, clothed. Because if we don't sell them all, he's got to wear them all.
It's a good thing there's no video.
Yeah.
This is an audio podcast for a reason.
For a reason.
So what we've decided to do is we've come up with a series of topics. And each of these topics, we picked either one or two gifts that we either are, going to give directly to, say, Evan or Neil as a gift or whatever. But it's just we've narrowed it down to just a few topics. And those topics are tools for design, low tech or no tech, techs and gadgets, and then we kind of end with a free for all.
I think you just said techs and gadgets.
Techs and gadget.
Like people from Texas. The techs and gadgets.
Yeah, or the people that you call when the gadgets don't work. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
All right.
But anyway, so we kind of try to organize it a little bit different than we've done in the past shows. But
yeah, in the past it has been like a free-for-all the whole time, right? And now it's a little more structured.
Yeah.
All right, so we also have to say that all the links to everything that we're talking about here are going to be in the show notes. And a lot of these links are going to be Amazon links, and that's because we would earn a little bit off of each one of those, and we might as well just say that up front because that would be awesome if people bought through there. But
right.
That would also help support the show. That goes right along with our T-shirt sale. So if you guys are looking for cool gifts for architects or for yourselves or for your spouses, we would appreciate you using our gift guide because that's going to help us. And then hopefully this podcast helps you find some cool gifts. All right, what's our first category?
So our first category came from Neil, and it was tools for design.
All right, Neil, since this is your category, do you want to go first?
Sure, I guess so. Okay, so I don't know. This isn't tool for design, I guess, but I came across a book, actually. So it is a book, and it is a how-to book, and it's basically how to use graphic design to sell things, explain things, make things look better, make people laugh, make people cry, and every once in a while change the world. So it looked like a very interesting book. I don't personally own it, but I just thought it looked really interesting. So that's my first thing.
I think this is cool because not only do architects design buildings, but a lot of times, more and more, in fact, I think we're getting asked to do marketing for our clients and graphics and logos and all kinds of actual graphic design for clients, but then, obviously for ourselves as well. And the quote there on the very first spread in that book is Michael Beirut, who is like a world-renowned graphic designer at Pentagram. Done a lot of cool stuff. He's all over the web, and so I'm imagining this is a pretty sweet coffee table book to have, and probably a useful resource.
Yeah, one part of the description here is offering insight and inspiration for artists, designers, students, and anyone interested in how words, images, and ideas can be put together. And I mean, what we do is all of that. We use words, images, and our ideas, right? The designs of our buildings, and we put those together, and that all goes into some sort of presentation, whether it's digital or printed, or the construction drawings are printed out. It's all a combination of all of this stuff. So I just thought it would be a really kind of an interesting gift. It's probably something that you may not buy for yourself, but it'd be a great gift to get.
Yeah, there's a GIF here, or a GIF on the page that's just kind of scrolling through all the how-to stuff. and one that caught my eye here was how to disorient an architect. Pretty good. Cool.
Tell tell them that you'll pay them their full fee.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my tool for design.
And so what I did was I kind of did these as I picked 2 gifts for each topic. And, one was for Evan and one was for Neil.
Aw. Who's this one for?
So sweet.
So I'm actually going to post them as each of them. And these are tools for design that either help you or whatever. But so, Evan, what'd I get you?
An espresso machine. Oh, yeah. This is a tool for design when nothing else is working, right?
Exactly. So these tools for design were more of the self-medicating type.
I've got that for a different category.
Yeah.
This is cool. It's beautiful.
And then Neo, being from the wine region of California,
Yes.
you could always use
the self-chilling stemless wine glasses.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very cool.
My wife would take 2 of those.
That's
'cause she
pretty
has 2
sweet.
hands.
Yeah, those are pretty nifty, actually.
All right, so I'm going to paste mine in here, my first tool for design. And this one is for you, Cormac. This one I thought is a twist on something that you do.
Sure.
So click that link.
Give the twisted for the twist.
Yes.
Ah.
Have you seen these before?
I have. I actually almost included this. Because it's really cool. It's the 3D, the 3Doodler 3D printing pen.
The 3Doodler 3D 2.0 printing pen. Yeah, it's not a very good name, but
It doesn't roll right off the tongue. But what is cool, though, is that basically you can more or less do a 3D line drawing.
freeform, like in the air, right?
Yeah.
What?
And,
Yeah.
and one of the cool things that I watched a video of that thing was they had basically built an Eiffel Tower, and is pretty detailed.
You just sketch it right there on the table.
Yeah, you're sketching it. Obviously it's not as quick as sketching with a pencil, but you're creating an object.
I just think that there's
Wow.
huge novelty to this thing. It could be it could be kind of mind blowing to a client if you were any good at it, right?
Oh, and if you could just kind of really get in there and kind of draw with it, what you could do is say, okay, well, what I was thinking is this, and how you're always trying to do your axon or some perspective that shows exactly what you're trying to talk about. This one, they're like, oh, well, I see it. You want to hang that screen off of the facade 10 feet and stuff like that.
Is this kind of like a more refined hot glue gun? Except it's plastic, so it solidifies differently than the glue would.
So what it's doing is there's these strands of filament. It is a 3D printer basically, and it's melting it as it feeds it through, and as it comes out, it's cooling. And I think the neat thing about this is it really is sketching in 3D, and it's not. I mean, one of the downsides to real 3D printing is it's really slow, and it's really precise. And what I mean by being precise as being a downside is this has a very sketch quality to it, and it's a very much a study model kind of a feeling, and so there's no high expectations here. And so I think as far as just exploring ideas in 3D, I just got back from Autodesk University, and there's a company in the Netherlands called MX3D that's building a bridge with robots that's 3D printing with this exact same technique. It's basically using a welding gun on the end of a robot, and it's building up the weld in 3D space as it moves. And it's actually going to be a pedestrian bridge over the river. But it's the same exact technique. It's just this extruding pen-like object, and it's kind of a cool way to think about 3D printing.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a cool gift. It would definitely be one of those gadgets that just is probably the talk of the office for for couple of weeks, and if you took it in front of a client and had good luck with it, maybe if you practiced a little bit, I think it would be a pretty fun thing to explore. So there you go.
Wow, really cool.
And the price, $100. So I think we should probably say the prices here too, so people have an idea if they're listening in their car. So my next one here for Neil, let me find it here.
Oh, the Lego Architect. Oh, this is a different book. I have not seen this one yet.
Yeah, so it's $15.
Oh, yes. And that one's really nice.
And it's $15. It's unbelievable. A lot of my gifts are actually pretty cheap here, which I was pretty happy to find. And so the cool thing about the Lego Architect book is they actually, if you tap on the images and you can kind of flip through the book, you can see some of the different stuff. They actually show you with pretty typical Legos that a lot of people already have, kind of how to build very small representations of very famous buildings. So,
oh, that is way cool.
So it's got photography of the real buildings, and then they tell you how many blocks that you need for each different design, and just kind of like a basic layout of how to do it. And what's kind of cool about it is I think that this would be really fun to do with kids and kind of introduce them to architecture.
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of build things together. Like they've got the library down at San Diego State University in there from
Transamerica Pyramid.
They've got the Transamerica. You know, they've got the those are both Pereira buildings.
Okay, I'm adding this to my wish list.
Yeah, $15, you really can't go wrong, and it's pretty cool because it's teaching you about famous architecture.
Yeah, that's a great gift. I'd take that.
I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
All right, so that wraps up the design category, does it not?
All right, so we want to...
What's our next one?
Move on to my category, which was the low-tech, no-tech, and that was more, for me, what I had in mind when I was pitched that was more, we've talked on numerous occasions about getting out, kind of detaching, getting away from the office, and what would be some interesting things that, what kind of gifts could we get each other to do that, to kind of get away. Now, I don't know if you guys took it that way, but this is kind of, one of the things that I was thinking about. And so for my first gift, it goes to Evan, and I think not only do I actually see you using this, but you'd be like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this. This is an amazing thing. This is a fold-up kayak.
Oh, it's not cheap, is it?
It's not cheap.
Oh, my goodness.
We're not going.
This thing is so awesome because it actually, this is a kayak that's kind of
it's a
what's it made out of? It's kind of a plastic, looks like a twin wall Lexan, but I'm sure it's not.
Kind of like that, yeah.
And so what it does is this whole kayak folds out of a giant bag. Basically, it becomes a bag that you can just sling over your shoulder, and
a very big shoulder. But
throw it in the back of your car, right?
Right.
So
right.
and then just unfold it, and it becomes a boat, which is
12 feet long.
So I don't know if you know this, but I've totally infatuated with things that fold up.
Yes.
And so this is like the ultimate folding vehicle, right? Like it is.
All right, do you want to break the price to everybody?
It is $1,575, and we would love it if you would buy that through our Amazon link.
Oh, God, yes. And you get free shipping, too.
All right, so it's 100% polypropylene. It's 12 feet long, 25 inches wide, and it will hold up to 300 pounds. So this will work for anybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, Neil, I picked something a little, being the homer, of course, I'm going to pick something that's made in Detroit.
My Mustang?
Yeah, yes. No, because that's a little, it's still tech, and that's not. But this is for when you go.
Low tech.
Yeah,
this is for when you go to Canada in your summer, and you need to head on up to the market.
Oops,
and
click the wrong button.
And this one, unfortunately, is not through the Amazon links, but this is from the Shinola company that does some fantastic design work, and they do bikes and books and watches and leather goods.
You had them on the list last year for a watch, right?
Yeah, I absolutely am infatuated and love this company, and they got a great little storefront in downtown Detroit that's just phenomenal, and you can go in there and kind of see some of the artisans at work and see the shop. And now the great thing about it is they're starting to actually go nationwide, and there's even a Shinola storefront that's going to be opening up or has opened up in Virginia, Northern Virginia. So it's not too far of a drive for me to go there.
Nice. So you going to describe this gift?
No, you are.
Oh, I am. Okay. So the gift he has chosen is the Detroit Aero, and it is a bike, a single-speed bicycle.
It's beautiful.
Streamlined for urban riding and hand-assembled by our bike specialist in Detroit. Very cool.
Yeah. The geometry is just
expensive.
beautiful.
I'm a little disappointed. You kind of wish
I didn't spend the same amount for my boys.
It's only $1,000 for this one.
But I mean, the cool thing about it is that this is kind of a return to a little bit more of it's a throwback bike. This is a little more traditional kind of classic bike. You got your fenders and it's a single speed, but it's just it's that kind of. It's one of those things that you take your Apple Watch off and you leave it back at the tent or the cabin, and you just kind of get away without any of the gadgets.
It's very cool.
Both of these are human-powered.
Nice. All right, so I think I'm going to give this one to Neil. It doesn't really matter. Give both of these to both of you. They're so cheap. All right, the first one here. It is another book-like item found on Amazon. Have you guys ever heard of this?
Tell us what it is.
It is called Wreck This Journal. And what it is...
I have not heard of this.
So, I think a lot of architects have this problem. I know I've had this problem in the past. I don't think Cormac has this problem. But there is a threshold where everybody must cross when they start a new sketchbook. And that is making the first mark. And is it going to be... Is it going to be a beautiful first mark, or is it going to be a junky first mark? And basically what this does is this is a workbook, and it takes you through, and oh man, I'm totally getting this for all my kids, because basically this teaches you that everything goes in the sketchbook or the notebook. And what it does is it's got pages in it, and I don't know if it does this on the look inside, I'm sure it does, but basically it takes you through a process. Every single page, you have to follow the instructions. The very first, or I don't know if this is the first page, but one of the pages, crack the spine. Leave this page blank on purpose. Stand here. Wipe your feet. Jump up and down. And so you're doing this on every page. Pour, spill, drip, spit, fling your coffee here.
Oh, that's great.
Poke holes in the page using a pencil. Draw fat lines and thin. Press leaves and other found things.
I like.
So I love this.
Color this entire page.
This is so cool because basically this, a lot of times, like I was saying, it's hard to make that first mark, right? And it's what I like to write on the first page of my notebooks is something profound. I just write that, something profound, right? And now I'm free to write whatever I want because the first page is something profound. And so this is just a great exercise, especially. Like I was saying, a lot of people treat books as sacred objects. This is one that encourages you to write in the margins and highlight things and underline things and tape things into and pick up something and stick it in there. So I thought that this could be really cool.
So they, as part of that, they actually have, Wreck This Journal, and then they have a black version of Wreck This Journal.
Yep.
And then they have Wreck This Journal everywhere. And so I was just kind of clicking through all of the different ones. And
yeah, different versions.
And so the one that I was kind of taken by was the everywhere, because it says, order is not important. Instructions are open to interpretation. Experiment. Work against your better judgment. And that I am so getting for my oldest, because he thinks that, and much like what we do, is, everything has got to be perfect. If it's not perfect, ripping it out and moving on. And, maybe this might, give him, because, he's a brilliant writer, and he just, he's been in a block where he doesn't want to write anymore because it's not perfect to him. And I'm trying to teach him how to loosen up. And every, architect and architectural professional, designer of every kind, they always have this perfect idealized idea in their mind. And we always start off with trying to draw it perfect. But just like what you said is, coming to break that mold, just do whatever. And I like this, there was one that said, rub this page against a car tire.
Yeah.
I mean, these are brilliant because then you have to, you force yourself to get away from the perfection and you just let it happen.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
That's great. I love it.
I think my kids would like this.
I actually just added the whole thing to my cart.
And that's an inexpensive gift too. It's like $8.52.
$8.50. Yeah.
Actually, take it out of your shopping cart. Wait till we post it on our site, and then go and do it.
Yeah, there you go.
So that we can get a little bit of change out of that. But yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so we alluded to this gift the other day, one of the other podcasts, but I had to include it.
Yeah. For the shower. You know what? I almost actually pulled this one out.
You gotta be kidding me. Aqua Notes, waterproof notepad, 40 sheet mountable pad.
Yes.
We were joking about him keeping a notepad next to his desk for those, next to his bedside for those aha moments, and he had quickly quipped about the and in the shower.
Right. Yeah. Great for shower thinkers.
Perfect.
Okay, does this come with a pencil that you can write in the shower?
Heck yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. You got to have that, right?
Great for shower thinkers, families on the go, boaters, field workers, artists and doodlers, and college students.
Yeah. No more ideas go down the drain. This is awesome. It's $10. It's a notepad that sticks to the wall in the shower. And if you're like me and the ideas just pop up when you're washing your hair, this is the gift for you. It is awesome.
Wow.
It's so like water impregnable pages. You just can't ruin them in the shower. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, that's awesome.
It exists.
It exists.
All right, that's it for me.
All right, well, I've got one for both of you.
Okay.
As I know you both have kids, younger kids, and like I do. So this is actually, it's already in our list, so you'll have to go find it. It's so I'll just describe it while you guys go look it up. It's called The Book with No Pictures. And this just came across our house here recently, and I saw this and I thought this would be really a lot of fun. It is a very goofy book. It is a book literally with no pictures. It's written by B.J. Novak, who I believe is the same person that worked on The Office. Yeah. Starred on The Office and wrote for The Office. So it is just a riot. I was sitting, I wasn't even reading it. My daughter was reading it out loud, and it had me laughing. So just listening to her read it. So I think this would be a fun little gift. It's very inexpensive. It's $9, and it's a nice hardcover book, and it's just very, very funny, irresistibly silly, it says. Awesome. And the kids enjoyed reading it, and it's very funny to listen to them read it. So if you've got kids that can read and like 7, 8, 9, that they're going to have a blast reading this.
Awesome. Yeah, I just heard him on Tim Ferriss's podcast, and it was a great interview. That guy is one smart guy. So very cool. All right, are we ready for the next category?
Sure.
All right, the next category, I guess, is tech/gadgets, and I've got a bunch of stuff that could go here, but I think I'm going to stick with some of the stuff that I saw and have been playing with at work and at the Autodesk University that I got back from, virtual reality is taking off right now. And for architects especially, this is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Because what's going on here is this stuff is getting pretty easy to create. And so I'm going to paste this into the links for you guys. And there's actually 2 links in here. The first one is kind of there's 2 kind of different versions of this.
Oh, I've heard of these.
We have this at the office.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of architects are looking at this right now. And there's a really good reason. It's awesome. So the first link is for the Samsung Gear VR, which only works with Samsung phones, and but that's a good thing for them because they actually have a couple of extra sensors in there, and the resolution is super high, and they're able to take advantage of that with this headset. And this is a really nice headset for $99, and I have tried the Oculus Rift, and I've tried this, and I tell you what, this beats the Oculus because what this is doing is it's showing you a beautiful rendering, and it puts you into the middle of it. And so you get to look around with this thing on your face, and there's no wires attached. It's completely wireless, and you get to look around inside the space. And compared to the Oculus Rift, which is a lot lower fidelity, the resolution in the screens that are built into it are low res comparatively. I'm sure the next version will be much higher. And the other problem with the Oculus is it's got wires coming off of it. And so as a designer, as an architect, I want to get into my building. I want to be the first person in my building. And this is a great way to do that. And then to be able to share this with a client and have it be virtually bulletproof presentation where nothing can really go wrong because it's on a phone that lives in your pocket, and you just slap it into this thing and put it on your face, and it's amazing. So I was using one of these the other day, and if you guys click on the second link, it's just basically a cheaper version of something similar, which is Google Cardboard. It's a kit. This is only $17. And we've got a bunch of these laying around the office. And these will take iPhones, these will take Samsungs. You just basically download an app, and this has a whole kit that kind of tells you how to do it, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of demos out there. But you can actually produce your own renderings to go in these things.
That kind of reminds me of one of the earlier models. Mm-hmm. And so I just sent you that link, and I think
I'll look at it.
It reminds me of those. The first virtual reality tool.
Yes.
The
Viewmaster.
The Viewmaster.
That's totally what this is. This is a high-tech Viewmaster. It even has like a big button on the top on the Google Cardboard one.
The Viewmaster is more expensive.
Yeah.
It's almost $20.
It's hip and vintage, yeah.
But it comes with,
They
space discovery.
still make stuff for this.
Yes. Oh, we have those.
Oh my goodness.
So the cool thing about Google Cardboard is you're not going to be afraid to drop it. You're not going to be afraid to, run it over with a car or whatever. Like if it happens, it happens. It's $17. And the cool thing about this is you can like brand it for your company. You can leave it with your client. You could do all kinds of neat things. But basically, and here's I'll finish here. I had this thing on. And the guy in our office, Chris, he's a listener of the show. He's awesome. He gave it to me, and he had done this rendering of a hospital project. And I'm holding it up, and I'm looking around, and I was probably what I say in the project for a couple minutes. And it's pretty cool because you can link these nodes together. So the difference between this and Oculus is in Oculus you can walk through the project using like a game controller to like push you forward and backward.
Right.
This one you can't. This one, though, you can link nodes together inside the software. So if you like hover over another node, it'll take you to it. And that's good enough for me. The cool thing here is that the renderings are, as photorealistic as you want. And so I was looking around this hospital, it's like a lobby in a hospital that he had done some renderings in, and they were gorgeous. And I'm looking around, and I go downstairs, and I go upstairs, and I'm looking and go through the lobby. Like there's like 5 different nodes that I go through. So the weird thing was I'm kind of looking up. I never got sick. Like that's one problem that a lot of people say happens with Oculus Rift is they feel motion sickness. That didn't happen to me at all with this, and I totally get motion sick. I took the thing off of my face, and I was at the point where I'd been doing it for a couple minutes. I still expected to see the hospital there.
Wow.
I was in it,
cool.
and I felt like if I can get my client to feel that is going to create a deeper connection between me and the client, because it is going to just light them up. They're going to get so excited about it. So definitely check this one out, and do everything you can to get your projects into these things, either the Samsung Gear, which is awesome, comfortable, lightweight, and really nice, or even the Google Cardboard ones, because they just allow you to tell that story in a wonderful way. So highly recommended.
All right, so this next item is
What Apple
called,
product is coming now?
you know what?
I'm kidding.
No,
We gave you those rules.
You're dead. You're almost dead on. It's called My First Computer, Byte Edition 3.0. This is Apple related, but it is Lego related. So it kind of ties into what Evan had posted earlier, or talked about earlier with that book. This is a Lego retro computer building kit, custom designed by Chris McVeigh. 322 pieces in total, a building guide available to figure it. So if you don't necessarily have to buy it through him, but you can download the guide and actually build your own original Mac 128K computer, complete with keyboard and mouse.
I remember seeing this. This is so cool.
But you can buy it through him for, it's just under $80, and you can get all of the pieces. And he even has the pieces that he used for the screen. He had silk screened over those pieces the word hello, just like it was done in the original introduction of the 128K Macintosh.
And there's internals.
Yes, and internals. That's right.
There's a motherboard. There's the back of the CRT screen. Very cool.
It's really cool.
Can you use it?
No, you cannot use it.
Yeah, how does this fit in the tech category?
Yeah, man.
It's tech.
This is
It's
no
tech related.
This is awesome. Yeah.
It's great. I love it. I love how I mean,
if you have a Mac fan in the house, this would go over huge, because this is history right here.
Yep. So if you've got a lot of Legos, you can build it yourself with his instructions, or you can buy it through him. So that's my quote unquote tech related.
I love
gift
the old
for you
cafe
guys.
too.
I had a few of these once. I was going to take them all apart and use the screens as lamps. I thought that would be cool. Never got around to it, though.
All right, so I'm assuming I'm up.
Yep.
And so I'm going to post both of these at the same time. And so this is kind of related off of when we went to the AIA convention last year, earlier this year. And both of us all three of us seem to be scurrying around for plugs or battery chargers and things like that. And, I kind of just thought that this is something that we need so that we can get ready for the next AIA convention. Because one, we won't need to look for cords, and in other cases, all we need is a little bit of sun.
Sweet. So we've got a power case with a 2600 milliamp battery case and integrated charger. So you can just plug this thing right into an outlet.
Right. No, you're not scurrying around for a cord, and you know how I absolutely love the Apple-supplied lightning cable and how long it lasts.
I got something to fix that for you on my list.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Is it...
I wasn't going to mention it, but maybe we'll throw it in the free-for-all round.
Is it a spring out of a ballpoint pen that you wrap around it?
We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Because I've done that hack, and it works.
So this is actually, you put your phone in this thing, it plugs into the wall, so it's charging both. I'm assuming it's going to charge the battery and your iPhone at the same time.
So it's like it's kind of like a Mophie, but unlike the Mophie, it has a two prongs that you pop out and you plug it into the wall without having to look for a long cord or anything else and charge it up.
That's pretty cool design because the prongs are separate. They fold out separately so that they could fit them into the thickness of the case.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
And then the other one, Neil, what was it?
SunJack 20-watt portable solar charger.
So we don't even need power. All we need is the sun.
All we need is the sun.
You do need to be outside, yes.
So that first one was, the prong case was $100. And then this one here, the solar one, is $200.
This is pretty sweet.
So this is really cool.
And there's actually two different...
It folds up.
Yes, it folds. You got me there. So there's 3 models.
Yeah, there's a couple of different models, and there's one that actually that's a little more affordable, but it doesn't charge as many devices and doesn't charge as fast.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's 3 different models.
Yeah, whereas this one's got it's charging your phone, it's charging batteries, it's charging it's got all sorts of fun stuff to it.
This would be great for backpacking and stuff like that.
This would be fantastic. Yeah, and the smallest one is only $55. So you've got a range of $55 to $130 to $200, depending on how much juice you need.
And what's great about it is that it folds out where you can have you can have your iPad, the larger one, your iPad fits into it, and then you can put your phones in it or whatever, but you can attach this to your backpack and have it where the solar panels are facing out, and so you're charging while you're hiking. Nice.
Everybody needs one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Great choices.
All right.
We want to do a sponsor?
Let's do that before we do the free-for-all.
Okay, that sounds good. So this episode, sponsored by ArcCat. Are you tired of randomly searching the internet for building products? Would you like to have one place where you can find relatable building product information directly from the manufacturer? Then visit ArcCat at arcat.com. There, you can search for the ArcCat libraries for architectural building products to find specifications, CAD details, BIM objects, and more, all free of charge, with no registration required to download the content. ArcCat has created a website devoted to you, the building professional, to find building product information fast and hassle-free. Check out ArcCat today at arcat.com, and thanks to ArcCat for sponsoring this episode of Archispeak.
Thanks, ArcCat.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Free-for-all bonus round. Ready for this?
Get us started.
I am going to paste several links because this is a combo. You can't do a free-for-all with just a simple gift, but this one is awesome. All right.
Holy smokes.
All right, so Cormac.
Nice.
Start with that first link there.
The first link, the Neat Ice Kit double mold, clear ice cube mold. And it makes huge, perfectly clear cubes.
So this is the key. This is the key, is the perfectly clear part. Okay, because you guys have been to bars, I'm sure, where they serve you a whiskey glass or a Manhattan or something with a giant ice cube in it. And
right.
The ice cube is perfectly clear. And if it's not perfectly clear, you need to find a better bar. But if it's perfectly clear, you go home and try to do something like that, and it is virtually impossible. It is so hard to do. But this one I thought was particularly cool because this one is really nicely designed. So it's the first part of the gift here is the ice kit. And what it does is there's actually 2 of these. I picked a double because drinking is more fun with more people. So you can get a single for $60, or you can get the double ice kit for $80. And what it does is it actually creates a long rectangular large ice cube. It's basically 2 ice cubes. But the way that this thing is designed is they figured out what allows ice cubes to freeze with being perfectly clear. And they designed this this thermal outer coating to make it so that all of the impurities and the oxygen molecules in the water sink to the bottom, so that the top half freezes clear and the bottom half freezes cloudy. And so they've provided this little cutting device, which also doubles as a bottle opener and a wooden muddler. And so you hit the chisel with the mallet, and it breaks the cube perfectly in half, and then that's what goes in your drink. And then the other half, basically, they provide this little canvas bag, and you put the cloudy half into the bag, and you smash it up, and you make ice chips if you want. Okay,
crushed ice.
Crushed ice.
Yeah. Wow.
So
that is awesome.
It's so cool because it becomes like this ritual of, if you've got someone over, you're entertaining, and you want to do something really cool for this. I think that this is definitely a cool gift to have. So definitely check that out. This is by a company that I've been following for a while. They make a bunch of cool little things. Usually they're working in a tech space, but they started to branch off and make these other cool products. So it's called Studio Neat, and they've got some apps, and they make a stylus for the iPad that I've had for a while that I really like too. So very cool stuff. So the second one goes right along with that. And the link for this one is for the Simple Syrup Kit made by the same guys. And so this is just something that goes right along with the adult fancy beverages. And so you can make your own simple syrup. You just add sugar to this little kit, and you shake it up, and basically it creates a batch of simple syrup, and it has a cool bottle and a cork, and it becomes a little additive for your fancy beverages at home.
Oh, I've just clicked on their link for their Highball app.
Yes, I've got that.
They have
very cool.
All of these different, mint julep, Tom Collins whiskey sour, and how you make them all. It's actually great.
It's recipe cards. Yeah,
those are fantastic.
What's cool is you can share them. So, like, I've got the app, and if you can share them out on Twitter. And what happens is if you click the link, it actually downloads all the information and creates the exact same card in your app. So it's a cool way to share.
I'm getting the app.
Cocktail recipes. Yeah. And so the third piece is just, it's not from them, but it's a $7 add-on here. It's the OXO, which I love that brand. They've got a bunch of cool design stuff for the kitchen. But it's a steel-angled measuring jigger, and what that does is it lets you measure all the different quantities that you'll need if you download the Highball app, because that basically breaks down all the recipes into ounces and all that stuff. And this thing is just a nice stainless steel companion for all this stuff in your kitchen, and it's really nicely designed. It's just a cool little kitchen thing to have. So to me, like, all those three things go together. If you're going to make cocktails, you want to do it fancy, this is the way to do it.
Nice, very nice. All right, so I'm going to actually jump in here and give you my free-for-alls. And since you've got your drink in hand,
yes,
you want to sit down, relax a little bit. So for Evan, it's a little bit of movie time, book time.
I do not have this. It's a Citizen Architect DVD, I'm assuming.
It is It's the Citizen Architect DVD, which is a movie about both the rural studio, but mostly focusing on the impact of Sam Mockbee on the rural studio. And then there is I'm calling it the companion book, but not really, which I need this book too to kind of close out my my rural studio books. But it's the Rural Studio at 20. Nice. And it's been 20 years since we started the Rural Studio at Auburn, and it's pretty amazing that we've gotten this far. And this one's written by Andrew Freer, who took over as the leadership of the Rural Studio from Sam Mockbee. once he had passed away, and is just continuing the tradition of fantastic work and developing fantastic students. And I know that when we were down at the AIA convention and you kind of tagged along to my alumni thing, and we saw the quick little movie. It wasn't Citizen Architect. It was something else. But I could tell you kind of were digging what was going on at the Rural Studio. So
it had a huge impact on me, and I was only there for a couple hours, and so I think it's definitely going to be a visit that we're going to go do. Yes,
there's definitely going to be a show or a couple of shows maybe where we might do some on-site just touring, interviewing. We need to figure out what we're going to do with it, but I think it's going to be some great episodes and just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Well, so while you're sitting there sipping your drinks and watching Citizen Architect, Neil, you're sipping your drinks, and I thought this was absolutely perfect because as a residential architect, I don't know if you know this movie, but this movie is a fantastic movie, and it's even better for residential architects. So you're going to be watching
Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Cary Grant, really? I have not heard of this film.
This was one we actually ordered several copies of this when I was practicing on my own with my buddy, and we were doing residential houses. And this is a great movie that kind of captures in an hour and a half or whatever, all of the interesting pitfalls and scope creeps and crazy contractors and
oh my God, I need to
and
see
clients
this.
And everything else. It is you would love it because it really does capture what's going on with just the insanity of residential design.
Wow, this is great. I'm a big Cary Grant fan, so I really enjoy his films. So,
and you can even get it on you can do the Amazon Instant Video and just download it there too.
Yes, you can. Awesome. And that's like, well, for those interested, it's like $10 or $11. So
yeah, so
very inexpensive.
The buy it new DVD is only $10.50.
That's right. Awesome.
And for all of you residential architects out there who have not watched this, first, shame on you.
Shame.
You really need to get it and watch it because you will be shaking your head the whole way through. Like, oh, yep. I've had a person like that.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's great.
Definitely add that to the wish list. That's on there. We'll that'll be a holiday film I watch. All right, so I guess that's up to me now.
Yep,
it's
all right.
It's in your court, man.
I got a couple of things for you in the free for all here. So first up is this one can be both for you. The second one I have is really for Cormac, but so this one is a place called City Prints. And they do basically these really cool fine art images of cities and or places too. Actually, I discovered they'll do ballparks as well. So if you go down and you click on the city one, you can get map art for a number of different cities throughout the world.
Real views of college stadiums.
And yes, college stadiums. Yes,
it's some sports.
I was sticking to the architecture side.
Oh, this is
staying
cool.
away from Evan and the sports scene. But.
So I used to follow they have the logo on here, fab.com, when they first started coming out, and I was always looking at these map as art prints that they had on there, and I was always just like, oh, should I get that one? Should I get that one? Because I just love seeing all these different city grids and the way that the graphic designers tackle these with the different color ranges and stuff are always just really well done. So this is This is really cool.
And this is, I mean, for architects as well. But if you go further down their website,
they have national parks.
They have
marathons.
All kinds of stuff: college campus maps, beaches and lakes. What caught my eye? Video games and comics, state maps, wood coasters. I mean, there is something for everyone on here. Pop culture stuff. For those of us that are runners, I'm a runner. They have marathons, actually, famous marathons.
Yeah, like superimposed over the city. That's cool.
Superimposed over the city. Glassware. I mean, the computer schematics. That's kind of cool too. So anyway, I think this is kind of really nifty. This is a really cool thing that you can put up in your office, and people, I think, it's going to catch their eye, the way they do the work. So I definitely go check them out. The link will be in the show notes, of course, but check these out. These are really interesting things. So Cormac, this one's for you, since you had just mentioned it. It was something I had on the list, wasn't going to mention, but since you brought it up, so tell us what it is, Cormac.
Nice. It was funny as I actually was looking at this as well. Bondic, the liquid plastic welder kit.
And what are they showing? Well, they're not showing a lightning cable, but they're showing.
It seems like they're repairing a.
It's a charger. So this is a really cool little plastic welding kit. So if you've got those frayed lightning cables or other charging cables, you can actually repair them with this kind of liquid plastic.
What's interesting is each of the things that they're repairing are Apple products that they just beat the living bejesus out of.
This is heat and water resistant, and it doesn't conduct electricity either. So
yeah, it's interesting because it's using plastic, and then it uses an ultraviolet light to affix it. Pretty cool.
So you can use it on these cables and everything.
Nice.
And a number of other things. It says you can repair all kinds of stuff with this. So anyway, just thought this would be kind of an interesting gift. And since you brought it up earlier, Cormac, this is in your wheelhouse, and it's $22 to order one of these.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up, guys.
So real quick, I've got a few more that I'm not going to do, but I wanted to just say that if you guys come up with some more, I know I will. I'll include them in the show notes, and that way we can just continue the list because there's so much good stuff out there. But I think that would be good too. So I've got like 4 or 5 more that I just think are fun. So if you guys don't have already a subscription to the show notes, you can do that if you go to archispeakpodcast.com, and on just about every page on the right-hand side, there's a field for you to enter your email address so that they get emailed to you. And they just show up right when the episode launches so that you can follow along or just click the links right from there. It'll take you right to all these different products and stuff so you can check them out and get them before the holidays.
Yep, and you don't have to worry about any other spam. We don't send out your email to anybody.
That's right.
So it's only going to be that.
And before I forget, if anybody has any other gift ideas, go ahead and get involved on Facebook or Twitter. But more importantly, if you've got any gift ideas, go ahead and just send them to me, and you can inbox me. I'll give you my home address, and you can just send them to me. I'll be here all Christmas long.
Okay, Mr. Cormac. With that, before we get out of here, let's give a shout out to Arcat for sponsoring this episode. Visit them at arcat.com. That's ARCAT.com, and we thank them very much. And please go to the website at archispeakpodcast.com, and there you're going to find the links to our individual Twitter accounts and the Facebook page, and there you can send us your gift ideas that you want to include. And then if you've got something that you want to share with all of us, you can always call the Archispeak podcast line at 415-484-8496. Stay subscribed. Thanks for listening, everyone.
And do not forget, T-shirts are on sale.
Oh, yes. Don't forget our T-shirts. That's right. archispeakpodcast.com/shirt. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
forget. If you blow, you can bet. I know. This is what you get. This is the schedule. This is the set. It's so predictable as you forget. If you blow, you can bet. I know. It's so predictable as you forget. If you blow, you